you're here. Sorry, I was just about to say...
What did you find out?
Well, the mercs themselves were surprising, but then it starts to get...
What? What?
It's anybody's guess at this. We're diverting men...
Sure, let's go. Sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Go.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong...
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean...
With who?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just...
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this. If you have any questions for him, now's your...
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go. As if that's not bad enough already. He went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on. That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the academia doesn't agree to... No, the old fart knows how to stay. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing he don't... Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He's... Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point.
What do you mean, something wrong?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But when he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point.
Okay.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be...
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah!
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this. Understood.
That makes sense. Okay then,
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you.
we were out capturing some bad... But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The diadem of knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last... Okay, here's the situation. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Deima for it, considering how close the scores are between our contestants. As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it. I'll mark the diadem.
Alright, let's go! That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? This place looks empty. Did someone already...
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
At long last. Come, Kaveh. Come.
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff that we meet for the first time, children. But you have all performed outstandingly in this Interdarshan champ. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious. Why, yes, 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the things I witnessed there tormented me greatly.
So, did...
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use I researched history and anthropology, but in the end, I found that the answer it was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this.
As I thought, the contract you signed with the Academia wasn't... But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel...
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents. nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, without...
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a...
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting...
You are highly intelligent. Yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence, I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is...
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to...
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at
Huh? I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, as the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your...
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a... The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to...
That sounds... I don't know if his research findings were right. Nor would I know how to finish his research. But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will... We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come. Sachin's words can only cause pain. But not anymore. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. It's the least I can do. And...
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice, and I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech.
What? Please. I don't need... Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the...
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award. Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out.
Thank you all for your excellent Finally, it gives me great... Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate.
Sachin's estate is getting...
So much Mora.
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change... Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say if...
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora.
with a lot. Anyway, this isn't really the time.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the sages will give
All right, I'll take the card.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over.
I still don't really get it.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole wisdom gap.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition?
I suppose. Oh.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if...
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well.
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal!
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pull...
What you looking at?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue.
Well, they gave me this limited edition.
But it's a limited edition.
What else would I do with it? I have no...
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble?
Of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card.
All right. But now that I realize that you have no concept of it, how about this? I shall buy it from you at...
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more.
Huh? How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low.
1 million more for a card? But you already have a whole...
Not every card is this valuable, and
Huh. Well, I guess they must... But really, it's fine.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot.
You don't spend all your savings on your
Sounds like you're speaking for... In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall...
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well...
Well, this is what... Paimon wants... I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear.
Really? Well, then, sure.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Diane can...
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the street. Madame Faruzan here's pretty friendly. When she heard that we were...
I don't really see anything. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base.
wait a sec.
Don't worry.
No.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right, if you don't mind. How about...
Sure.
I'll come with you to have a look.
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the...
Of course I do.
That's...
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Oh, their classes are so boring.
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madam I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though...
I see. You're a good...
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I will...
I don't quite understand what happened there.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick...
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Cop... Oh, by the way... I don't know where Hakai went, but she was hanging out with some other Ratalis students. Oh, she didn't end up winning. I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make a—
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both. And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. Getting points off them is a huge— come on, don't be so hard on yourself. Let's go. Cheer up.
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen...
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry, I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've... Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food here!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone?
Farzan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are...
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually... that guy... Well, whatever.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground.
Sachine's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his he bombarded me. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value.
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form...
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to... I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone...
That's a good thing.
Thank you, oh my... It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're...
Seems like you always include him.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete.
I sense that...
He's here.
He lives rent-free.
Oh, that was horrifying.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you...
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people. Oh, are you free next month? You should come along. Maybe...
About what? I don't know the...
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the...
Oh, well, that's no problem. Has everyone had enough to...
I'm full. Paimon's super full.
Yeah, we should do...
Sounds good. We
There are other good places around here.
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted... Oh, right! Yeah, Sachin said that he placed... It might be dangerous if someone finds... Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time researching in the... All right then, let's head off to our village and try...
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, them. What are you... And what are you reading?
Sachin's notes. Yeah, I came across his profile while I was organizing some document. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of—
Wait! So, are you alright?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of his— Empathy is a double-edged sword. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle—
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy.
So, what are your thoughts?
As a scholar, Sachin was, without it, he laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable—
So, people are bad? And things—
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can— All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, lofty ideals may provide no defense at all. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin him— But sadly, all viewpoints will find— All right then. I got what I came for.
Wait, so you came here just to—
Get together?
Guess what?
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else— Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nihida! Oh, and wait! So you asked him to take part in the— Yes, it was me. Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? Because Sachin, these are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was. So instead, I had—
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me.
Why? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought—
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his—
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you.
Nihida, what did you mean by Sachin's— Put it this way, some people only see the mushroom on the shroom board, others see only the shroom board's body, and they declare that still others look deeper inside. These conclusions are all correct in their own— Paimon, the world is the same way. No one within the confines of our— In truth, ultimately, my duty as the god of wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place—
That was a long speech. So what are—
Because Kaveh has the successor of this research, but even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block. I also look forward to the day that a member—
I don't remember signing up to—
Oh boy, you think so? I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your— I will reveal your final thesis, mate.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
20 years ago, the academia had... I was very young then. So he said, "Why don't I?" That made me very happy, and I nodded enthusiastically. Later, he left home, saying that he wanted to do some... For many years, I couldn't face up to it at all. If I just kept my...
Wait, so the person we came across in our investigation—
Is that why Sachin... My father was always too kind for his own good. Sachin's research would have saddened him greatly. I've tried telling myself so many times over the years that maybe his sudden depression... Don't worry.